All right, hello all you night readers, and welcome to Tarot Nights. It is good to have you all here. I hope you're all doing well. I am doing well, and hope things are good. Hope things are good with everybody. All right, let me get you in and see who we've got, and we will go from there. Let's see. So hello, Yvonne and Lisa, Selena, Chanel, Vintage, Brianna, Mona, Nawal, Barb, Zara. Beautiful Aries, from one beautiful Aries to another. How are you all doing tonight? All right. How are you all doing? All right. Well, I hope it's good. I hope that is good. It's going to be a long night for you, Barb, huh? It's going to be a long night. Well, I can understand that. You are doing amazing, Vintage. That is awesome to hear. I'm sorry to hear about your dog being ill. I have been dealing kind of with an ill dog too, although he seems like he's getting better lately. He seems, he's never going to be back to his old self again. He is 15 and a half years old, but, yeah, I definitely, he's doing better than he was when we first moved. That's for sure. Lovely new picture, Chanel. Very lovely. All right, so Yvonne, let's have a reading about your health. Oof. All right, let's have a health reading, right? A health reading. The way to start off the night, right? All about health. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. If that's really loud, I don't know if it is or not, but I have to keep moving. I've been here for what now? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days, 12 days. 12 days, and I still can't get this set up exactly the way I want it. One day I changed the microphone. One day I changed the camera. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully it's okay. All right, so Yvonne, a health reading. I believe your health reading starts off, of course, with the star, which is all about hope, right? Have hope that things are going to be good health-wise, because the star is about feeling comforted. It's about having faith and healing. I know. How strange, right? That you'd have a question about health and you get a card about healing. I do think that there are plans in the works for you to get better, to start feeling better, and to, work up until at least the next time you have any kind of a procedure. I think there are plans. I think there is a team of people working on this. That would be doctors, most likely, I would hope. You certainly wouldn't want your accountant to be working on your health. So yeah, I'm hoping that it's doctors that are helping. And I just think that there are, it's time for you to really try to figure out what's working and what's not working, right? And I think that's what they're doing here. I think they're really trying to figure that out. Maybe that's part of the plan. Maybe that's part of the teamwork, is figuring out, okay, what is working with Yvonne and what is not working. Because I think they're going to come up with something that's going to end up being successful. And I think it's going to be something you'll support, and it'll make you feel better. It'll make you feel better confidence-wise, which is a really good start. So, you'll be on your toes a little bit, and you'll be thinking about it and wondering, okay, is it really going to work or not really going to work? But you're smart. No doubts about that. And I think you will see that they are working on things for your very best, in your very best interest. So that's what I get for your health reading, Yvonne. All right. So I hope that helps. Hello, Lisa. It's nice to have you here. Your health is your wealth. There you go. Your health is your wealth. Hey, Lala, how are you? You're welcome, Yvonne. Yeah, that's what I don't know, Yvonne. Of course, I'm not a doctor and I've never played one on TV or anything like that. But according to what I saw in cards, and it's just what I'm reading in cards, it definitely looks like they are, trying to come up with something to help you feel relief, right? Because you had the star, and also, to assess what's working and what's not working, because that's the Seven of Pentacles. So that was all around the teamwork card, right? That whole idea of teamwork. Well, one side was all about hope and healing, and the other side was all about assessing what's working and what's not working and move forward. Yeah. No, not Dr. Knight. We already have a Dr. Mystical, and there's no room for Dr. Knight. All right, let's see what we get for you, Elise. You want to know what's coming up for the next few days. What's coming up in the next few days? Well, I think somebody that you've been counting on or watching or paying attention to or hoping for, that's a lot of things, right? Someone who you really thought was maybe moving forward in a good way is only moving forward because things are not going well. Things are not going in their way. They are hurt, they're lost, and they feel like they just need to keep moving on. And that wasn't really what you were hoping for, right? So I think maybe you feel a little isolated. Maybe you are just trying to reflect on what can you do next to make things a little better, to help with the situations going on around you for the next few days. Or maybe you're just trying to figure out, okay, how much am I willing to sacrifice over the next couple of days? Because unfortunately, I do see sadness coming your way in this reading. At that point, I do see some sadness and some, things that you think are absolutely true may not be completely true, right? But you, like I've told Yvonne a million times, and you guys are the planners, you are the organizers, and you are the ones who are generous to everybody else. You're nurturing to the rest of the family. You are down to earth and very relaxed. And I think that good natured, good nurturing part of you is really going to make it so that you are, happy about your life and happy about your family, right? Your little family of 3. And I think that's really going to make things better for you. It's going to make you feel better. So yeah, it looks like over the next few days, it starts off a little rough, but ends up pretty good at the end. All right, Lise? So, thank you. Okay. All right, Selena, what's the update? What do you need to know about... Oh, no updates today. That's all right. That's okay. We finally get to talk about you, and that's important. So, an update on the house sale, if anyone is interested. Maybe you're not interested. I don't know. But the guy that I am selling the house to, when he came into the house, see, now we left a bunch of stuff there. We left a lot of furniture that we didn't need because we had furniture here. And I wasn't paying somebody to come in and take it out, and I wasn't, paying somebody to come in and do all this, any kind of painting and work like that. So he was going to have to do it all. And again, this was all part of his plan, I guess, maybe to back out of the whole deal in the beginning, because he hadn't really come through and seen the house until we were moving out the final stuff over this past weekend. Yeah. And so he was there on Saturday. So yesterday I called him up and I made him a deal. I worked a deal for sure. I told him that I would drop the price by a few $1,000s because he didn't want to pay me until the end of December when he could have everything done. And once everything was done, then he was going to pay me, which meant to me, okay, I'm going to pay you minus whatever it cost me to get everything done. So I went on a preemptive strike and I told him, all right, here's what I'll do. If you'll pay me now, right away, I will take a few $1,000s off the price. He called me back today and we have a meeting tomorrow at 1:00. So we'll see what happens. All right, so anyhow, back to you, Selena. I know it was all about you at one point, wasn't it? Yes, it still is. What do you need to know about your spiritual awakening, about the spiritual awakening happening to you? Oh, tell me more about that while I'm doing your reading, would you please? I would love to know more. I really would enjoy hearing more about your spiritual awakening that's happening. All right, Selena, so I think right now, first off, it's all a matter of you feel very conflicted, right? You feel like you're not sure if this is happening like you want it to. You're not sure if whatever this spiritual awakening is actually a good thing. And it's kind of causing you to feel like you're very torn, right? You're torn between whether it's good or bad. But I think the further and the faster you move forward, right? If you're moving forward, that's a good thing. Moving forward is going to be a good thing. I think for your spiritual awakening, well, you have to have spiritual strength. You have to have the courage and the conviction to do whatever it is you have to do to go along with this spiritual awakening. Now, I think somebody is around to advise you, or somebody wants to be around to advise you and help you. And I also think that they are going to be a counselor to you in this matter. I think they'll counsel you. I think they'll help you. I think they'll be very sympathetic to the things you need. I think they'll be very generous in their time and effort. And that's going to lead to an emotional balance for you, which is going to be very different, because you're going to learn a lot, right? And you like to study. You are someone who wants to learn things, and that's exactly what's going to do. That's exactly what you're going to do, I should say, right? So I do think this is what's going on in your spiritual awakening. You've been getting different messages from the spirit and just getting a different perspective on situations and people. Well, there you have it. I hope that your whole outlook does not change about me. That's for sure. But that's what I get for you, Selena. That's what I'm seeing. As of late, you've been doing better emotional-wise and getting more balanced in life. Well, there you go. That's also the King of Cups, right? Emotionally balanced. Being emotional and in tune with your emotions. Very good. Very nice. Well done. Good job. So, Chanel, very lovely picture you've got there now. I know. Very different. Definitely very different. But we shall see. All right, so what is going on with V, the male, and W, the female? Are they trying to be in a relationship or not? You got so many friends trying to be in relationships, I can't keep up with them all. There's just too many. They either need to get their own, figure it out on their own, or you need less friends. One way or another. I think that's the way things need to go. All right, let's see what we've got here. Yeah, it doesn't help that you're nosy. That's very true. That is very true. This question is about two friends who haven't really gotten an opportunity to be together because of outside forces. Okay. Two completely new friends, no one I know. I'd be willing to guess. Well, so I think they are trying to be in a relationship, right? You've got the Lovers to start off the reading. You got the Lovers to start off that reading. So how much more, how much more do I have to really read? How much more do I have to tell you? You don't need any of these cards here, because you want to know if they're trying to be in a relationship or not, and you start off with the Lovers. Well, then the answer is yes. The answer is definitely yes. They want to be in a relationship. They're both at a turning point, and they're not sure what to do. Good night, Yvonne. They're not exactly sure what to do, so things are moving forward very, very slowly. But at some point, they're going to have to make a decision. Either, again, talk to each other and figure it out, or go their separate ways. They have have to decide. And it's all going to be based on whatever it is that they want to do. If they want to move on separately, well, that's up to them. If they want to move on together, that's up to them too. No matter what they do, though, they've got to have that inner strength, right? They've got to have the courage to move forward in a direction that's going to be good for them. You know, they've had endurance up until now, right? And that's a big part of it, right? Endurance. It takes a lot of strength to endure a lot of things. But, you know, how long can the two of them wait for each other to decide what they want to do? So, are they trying to be in a relationship? Absolutely so. Will they be in a relationship? Well, that's to be determined. You know, this strength card, you can't really see it way over there on the side because that's like the dark side of the table. It's very cool. There you go. You see how strong? She's got to be extremely strong, right? She's like the mother of dragons here. Gotta have lots of strength for that. Nobody really gets to ever see that card when it's over there on the side. I know this is like the dark side of the table, isn't it? It's a little darker over here. I can't help it. I only have one light and it's on the left. So I have to kind of project it off the wall and down onto the table. Oh, it's the craziest thing. They're both working on their mental health. Oh, well, aren't we all? Aren't we all, Chanel? So why is your dog so ill? Why is your dog so ill? So vintage, is this you from like the neck down in the picture? In that picture of you, by the way? I've always meant to ask, but I never get a chance. Why is your dog ill and will he get better? Now, don't forget, I am not a vet. I am not a doctor. I know nothing about medicine or medical anything. I barely even watch medical TV shows. But I will do my best. I will do my best to give you the best possible reading I can. Was it you last night when I was signing off at the very end telling me that color has something to do with the meanings of the cards and stuff also? Or was it the other girl, Deja? Beautiful Deja. Pretty Deja. Maybe. I don't remember her name, but that's one or the other. Alright, so again, you start off with the Lovers. So to me, of course, yeah, alright, so I think it was two. I do know about colors, right? Because we have lots of yellow here and lots of yellow here. And of course, to me, that's a very bright happiness kind of thing. So I've got a happiness vibe going on over your whole reading, really. You know, other than this, but the King of Cups is kind of harmless. He's not hurtful. He's not going to do something bad. But I see lots and lots of yellow, lots of sunshine. And of course, so you start off with the Lovers, and we're talking about your dog, excuse me. I'm saying card. We're talking about your dog, and your dog is like the love of your life. You love your dog. Of course you do. Yeah, I get it. I absolutely get that. I've got two dogs that I love dearly. One is 15 and a half. One is 14 and a half. And, you never know. Every day could be the day, right? You never know. But you do. You love your dog. And I think you give it a very safe and blessed family type of feel, right? And you take care of the dog's well-being very, very well. You do a good job of taking care of his or her well-being. His. So I think you are indecisive as to what to do because maybe your dog is a little bit older too. So you're not sure what you should do and where you should do it. Should you take it to the vet because you're afraid what they're going to tell you, or do you let him kind of ride it out a little bit and see what happens? So you're not really quite communicating with a vet right yet. So, why is he ill? I'm not sure why he's so ill. I have to say, I'm not sure why he is so ill, but I would be willing to say that I think your protection and your motherly nurturing of him is going to get him better. I think it's going to make him feel better. I think it's going to make him much, much better than he is. And I think that's going to make a huge difference. So I'm not sure what's making him sick, but I think that you're the one who's definitely going to make him feel better. All right. And that's what I get for you, Vintage. Thank you. All right. Let us see. Brianna. Yeah, Selena, you're always welcome. Always welcome for a good reading. And you too, Vintage, you're welcome. I'm glad I hope I helped. I hope I made you feel a little bit better. Brianna, it's great to have you here. Thanks for being here. You're always... what's the word I'm looking for? Always so upbeat. Always so upbeat. Always concerned about how I'm doing. And that's nice, thank you. I appreciate that. Not saying that no one else does, because everybody else kind of says the same things too. That's very nice. So, you want to know if the Taurus male has been spying on your friend without her knowing, and if so, what does he think of her pictures? Well, I'm thinking these are like social media pictures, not like very private pictures. So has the Taurus male, has this person been spying on your friend? And if so, what does he think of her pictures? Social media, good. So, good. He's not like peeping in the window and taking photos, and because that would be completely different. That would be a very, very different reading, I have to say. Do I sound different tonight? I feel different. I don't know why. I don't really know why, but I do feel that way. All right. So I believe, yes, that would be creepy. Peeping Tom. Yes, very creepy. Anyhow, I think that the Taurus male has had his heart broken. I think he feels like he really is hurt. He's been hurt and feels like he lost something. And he's trying to find something new, something to keep his mind off of the hurt, off of the past. And, he's trying to start over. I think he's trying to move on, right? But maybe spying is a bit of a bad thing to do, a bit of a deceitful thing to do, just a little bit deceitful. It's not terribly deceitful. He's just not, it's out there. If it's out there on social media, well, then expect for people to see it. If you allow them to, they're gonna look. That's all there is to it. It's very clear, right? If you put your stuff out on social media, people are going to look at that if they're allowed to. So if she puts her pictures out there and she allows anybody to just come along and look at them, well then yes, it's not really spying then, is it? So I have to say, that's the case. So I think your friend has to have some understanding of that. She's going to have some patience with this person, because he's trying all he can to move forward. You can see here, right? These are almost like the same idea, other than the swords and the blood and stuff. But you can see the person walking up the path up here and going off here. You can see this person starting on the path and getting ready to walk up here and walk towards that. Everyone is moving on. Everybody's, he is trying to move forward. And again, he's trying to get away from those thoughts of what has hurt him. So yeah, he is definitely checking out her social media. He hopes that things are going to, that things could maybe develop. He doesn't realize right now that he needs to heal more before he starts over, right? She doesn't need to be the rebound. That would be bad. Being the rebound's not the plan. That's definitely not what you want. But I definitely think that he does want to, at some point, have that relationship, or at least friendship, with your friend. Now, I think he feels inspired because he sees the pictures, and I think he likes those pictures. I think he likes what he sees. I think she's probably very nice looking, and that's what he's thinking. Hey, you know what? This person is probably way too good for me, but I am going to take a look at the pictures anyhow. And all they're looking for is to feel safe, right? Because they didn't feel safe here. Who could feel safe when they are hurting so bad? Nobody. So all he wants to do is feel safe and feel loved. And if that's the case, well, you know what? Looking at her social media pictures and stuff like that, again, it's not really spying if you allow people to look. If you allow people access to your social media, right? You don't just block it off to friends only, or, block it off to people. Well, then, you know what? People are free to look, and that is not spying. No more. If he made up some special account that nobody knew was him, and then he started looking because she did block him and she doesn't want him looking, well, that's spying, and that's not good. But that's what I see. That's definitely what I see, Brianna. All right. Again, what do I always say? Communication is the key. You're saying he's brokenhearted and it sucks, and it's like they both have this connection and they just don't know it yet. Well, and they're never going to know if one of them does not come out and start talking to the other one. That's what it's going to take. It takes people talking together. That's all it ever takes. It just takes people talking. If you don't talk, if you don't share your feelings, if you don't share the things that you want people to know, then they don't know. Then they're never going to know, right? If you're in love with someone or you like somebody and you know that they're single, well, you know what? You gotta tell them. You gotta go out there and say something to them. Because if you don't, no one ever knows. And then guess what? Somebody else comes in and swoops them away from you. It just swoops right on down and takes them off. And it's like, okay, well, you know what? I didn't know you liked me, so I went with somebody else, and now we're together, and we're never leaving each other, and now we're getting married, blah, blah, blah. And that person, the person who should have said something in the first place, they get heartbroken because they lost the chance. Because maybe it could have been them. I know. Sorry. I probably went on about that way too long. All right. So, Mona, how are you? How are you doing? Still digging the tent. I really dig the tent picture. What does the Pisces want from you? Well, I'm going to tell you now, and it probably doesn't look good. Probably won't sound good either. The Pisces wants to be the Pisces kind of wants to corrupt you a little bit. You know? The Pisces kind of wants to get in there and do things that are, that you're probably resistant to, but they don't have your best intentions in mind. And I think maybe someone, your friends or something, have been trying to tell you this, but not exactly making it clear. They're not making it as clear as they need to. So I think you're going to have to work hard to figure this out. If you are interested in the Pisces, you're going to have to figure out, is this really something that you want to put your, do you want to put your effort into it, or are there just too many temptations out there for you? Is this going to be too tempting because there's just too many things, right? The super hot devil guy, is he too tempting for you? Because that's the Pisces, right? So you got to decide, because something's going to stop, something is going to end, but then right there in the middle, something new will start over. So you have to decide, what is it you want to end? Do you want the relationship with the Pisces to end? Do you want the friendship with the Pisces, whatever that is right now? Or do you want, something new to come out of it, where maybe they're not so much pushing you into a situation you are not interested in or not ready for? All right? So that's what I'm getting. Chanel, you think I'm really emotional tonight, huh? More than usual? Maybe that's true. That could be true. That could definitely be true. Olga, you were here last night. You had a question, and I read it, and I read it after the show was over, because I had missed it during the show. Post that same question if you want to know the answer. If you want the answer, it's up to you. But if you want to know, post your question again. All right, so does M want a romantic relationship with you? Zara, does M want a romantic relationship with you? Yes, for sure. Look at that. The Knight of Cups, all about it. All about that. So you start off with the King of Swords. And well, the King of Swords is not your best bet, right? Any of the swords court cards, the King, the Queen, the Knight, or the Page, they're not the best people in the world. They're not always the ones who are easiest to get along with. But I gotta say, it could be worse, right? I think, you're looking about a romantic relationship with M. Does M want a relationship with you romantically? And I think, it's all according to M at this point. I think M is a very smart person, right? I think they're very able to have a relationship. I think they're okay having a relationship. But I gotta say, do they actively want one? I think they're at a turning point, right? Again, I think there's big changes coming with them. They're at a different, they've had some ups and downs. And I think those ups and downs are right now kind of up with you. Because I think that, I think M is charging in here as the Knight in Shining Armor, right? You're Prince Charming. And you may want that, right? This may be exactly what you want. However, you still are a little apprehensive. You still have those walls up. You still are being a bit defensive and stuff like that because you're afraid that you could possibly get hurt. Because again, back here with the King of Swords, this person can be a bit maybe judgmental. They're very structured, and maybe that's not the way to go for you. But you got to think about it, right? You have to think about what's going to be best for you. So you keep yourself a little bit protected. You are a bit apprehensive, and you're afraid of getting hurt. You don't want to be alone, but maybe being alone is better than being in something that is too structured for you. Structured to the point where it's almost controlling. All right, Zara. So that's what I get for you. I definitely think so, though, for sure, because that Knight of Cups is definitely a big deal there in that one. Barb, should you drop Wendy as a friend? Oof. You're welcome. You're very welcome, Zara. Should you drop Wendy as a friend? Hello, Anya. It's good to have you here. A natural beauty. From one natural beauty to another. All right, maybe not. Should you drop Wendy as a friend, Barb? Thank you, Anya. See? Anya thinks so, at least. All right. Let's see what we get here for you. So, should you drop Wendy as a friend? I think Wendy is someone from your past. Is Wendy somebody from your past? Because I see where you're going back, right? You're going backwards to be friends with Wendy. Now, either she's from the past and you're going backwards, or maybe this is just telling me you're bending over backwards to be her friend. Right? That could be the case. And of course, it's very confusing. You're not sure what to do because you feel like there's, you're not sure if you should be helping this person or not helping this person. And if you do help them, well, is it going to be beneficial to either of you or both of you, or is it going to be just a mess? So for number one, if they are from your past, the answer is absolutely yes, you should drop them as a friend. Absolutely. If they're not from your past, if they're from the time you moved until now, and you're confused about it, well, then you have to assess where the situation is. You have to assess what how the feelings are. How do you feel about this person, really, right? You have to assess what's been good or bad. So she's from the past. So she's from the past. So I don't even need to tell you about the rest of the cards, right? Actually, I will, because I'll tell you right here about the ending. The big ending here, Barb, tells you exactly what to do, right? Here she is. I know it's two people, but pretend it's not. Just pretend it's Wendy. And this is you, minus the face. Don't look at the face. And this is you walking away and never going back. You need to drop her as a friend because she is not a friend to you. You've been very generous and nurturing, and it's never reciprocated. It's never given back to you. So that's what I get for you, Barb. Thank you. I appreciate you being here always. Why is it going to be a long night? Huh, Barb? Why such a long night, do you think? I know I saw you say that. I said that earlier. Oh, Olga, you say that? That's nice. See, I said from one natural beauty to another, and Olga says, I am right. That was very nice of you, Olga. You're emotional too for the last few days for some reason. Yeah, I can understand that. So let's see what we get. Does Kevin start to develop long-term plans for you? Is Kevin starting to get more serious? Is Kevin starting to get more serious? Is he planning ahead? Thank you for being here, Olga. And let's see what we get for you. That card to turn around to save my life. So, is Kevin starting to make long-term plans? Is he trying to move things more seriously? You're not sleeping well. I understand that. I don't sleep well either, Barb. I'm up all hours too. So Olga, is he? I think he is. I just think there are gifts to give out there, and I really think that's what he wants to do, right? I believe that Kevin is very thankful for you. I think he feels very lucky that he has you, and I I think that is, you guys may have had some ups and downs at times, but I think overall, I think he feels very lucky to have you. I definitely think that you do feel like sometimes you have to protect yourself, right? But, I don't think that's the case always. I don't think you really have to feel that way all the time. Sometimes you just do, and maybe it's from, maybe it's just from past relationships that have gone bad. And, maybe you're still just afraid of getting hurt. Maybe. I think Kevin is looking for a little bit of guidance. He's not exactly sure how to move forward. And again, I think he would like to. I definitely think he would like to. Because like I said, he's very thankful to have you. He's thankful. He feels lucky to be with you. And so he's looking for some guidance. How can I move forward? How can I do, how can I make these long-term plans? How can I get more serious with Olga without ruining things, without doing things the wrong way? Well, of course, all he has to do is continue to be happy about his life with you. All he has to do is talk to you about family, right? Or starting a family, or having a family, having a long-term plan, right? Engagement, maybe, then marriage, then having a family. Being very prosperous and in life in general with you, right? Now, I don't know if you've met his parents or he's met your parents, but I have to say, that's going to be a big step as well. You really want to do that, right? And that's all part of this whole prosperity thing, is being happy with family and friends that are already here. And I think I really think that's where things are going. Alright, so you saw his parents in a video chat. That's a good start. That's a really good start for you. And that's better than a lot of people who are dating people like very close to them. You don't always get to meet other people's parents. So, hey, you never know, right? But that's what I get for you, Olga. I hope that helps you. Oh, yeah, you're sleepy, huh? Just finishing work. Holy moly. Beautiful Aries, I love reading for the week. What's going on with you? You had a job interview today. Congratulations on that. Blue Nile, your friends want to set you up on a blind date that you're not real keen about. That's okay. Will this happen on Friday? We'll see. You're welcome, Olga. You are very welcome. I'm glad I could do your reading. I'm sorry I missed it last night. You know how it is, right? I can only do so many readings in an hour, and I try to pick and choose the best I can so that I try to get as many people in. Best I can, right? So, beautiful Aries, I love reading for the week. I know you had a question yesterday too, and I missed it. I don't think I did a reading for you yesterday as well. So I think this week is going to go by pretty quickly. I think you're going to feel good though, because it's going to be I think your boyfriend is going to have a very successful week at work. I think your boyfriend's going to be very successful this week at work, right? And that's going to make things feel a little more realistic because he's really looking to provide for you. He wants to provide for you. He wants to take care of you. But I got to say, you know, there's always that chance of things changing quickly, right? And plans change quickly. And you've seen that, right? How many different times? Too many. I'm sure, way too many. But something's going to end. Something this week is going to end. And then something new and wonderful is going to start from there. And it's going to move forward after that. And whatever it is that comes out and moves forward is going to end up being very, very independent, very distant. But I don't know that this is really happening to you specifically. For some reason, I don't get the feeling that you are going to end up, you know, feeling distant. Unless, I mean, the distant thing could be, okay, if you don't get to see your boyfriend this week, well then yes, there's a distance, and that's the distance between you. I don't think it's going to be a cold, heartless kind of distance, right? Not an emotionally detached distance like we usually see with the with the Queen of Swords. But I think, you know, I think if you don't get to see him this week, there of course is that distance, and there is that independence where you have to do things without each other, and you know, that's not good, but it's the way it is, right? So that's kind of what I see for you this week, beautiful Aries. That's what I should do. I should leave everything on a cliffhanger, and then people will want to donate to get more information. What a great idea. Wow, you just gave me such a great idea, beautiful Aries. Thank you. So Lala, you had an interview today, and you'd like to know what their impression of you was. Will they hire you? Will they hire you? You know what? I'm not going to use that. We're going to use that. Will they hire you? What was their impression of you today in your job interview? What kind of job was it, Lala? What kind of job? What kind of job? Hey, don't forget you can always do private readings. Private readings are $30 for 30 minutes or $50 for an hour. And I'll tell you a little secret. I'll tell you a secret about Night Reader. He always goes over the time. Just saying. Anyhow. Oh, medical residency. Wow. Well, that's impressive. I'm going to tell you that's impressive right off the bat. You know, I should have had a Cyber Monday sale yesterday for private readings, right? Half off. I could have done half off. Sorry. ASMR is. It was almost too much for you, Chanel. Sorry. I'm going to do you. All right. So, medical residency. I got to tell you, honestly, starting off with the Magician, what a great card for you. What a great, great card. Because, of course, the Magician says that you went in there with confidence, right? You went in there with a very positive attitude, and you took the initiative to get everything, to tell them everything they needed to know. You know your job. You know what the job entails. Let's put it that way, right? You know what the job's all about, and you know in your heart that you can do that job just as well, if not better than anybody else. And I think that confidence came through during your interview. I really do. I think, you were able to prioritize the stuff that that they needed to know. You told them the things that they need to know in an order that shows off your best side first, right? You talked about yourself first, and then you talked about your qualifications, and that's good, because that's what you need to do. You're multitasking, right? You are multitasking, and that was important. So now what, right? Now what? So now you just have to think about it. You have to consider it, right? Be smart. And when they offer this to you, because I really think they're going to, I think then you have to make a very decisive decision, right? You got to make a decision, put your sword in the ground, just like the page, right? You've got the sword, stick your sword in the ground and stick to that decision. Now, the Eight of Pentacles says this is going to be hard work. It's not going to be easy, and of course you know that already. But you're determined, and you are dedicated to this job. You are going to be, right? If you get this job, you'll dedicate everything you have to do the very best possible, because, again, you are going to be extremely good at this job. The Magician says so. This is all about mastering your craft. And, well, what better could it be with a job reading or a job interview reading than to know exactly what you're going to do and that you're going to be good at it. But it's going to be hard work, and that's okay. You'll push yourself to be perfect. I really think so, because I think that's the kind of person you are. So I think there's a lot of hope for you in this. I think you should feel comforted that you did a really good job today. Have faith in the process of them having to interview other people, of course, I'm sure, right? But feel inspired. You should feel good about yourself because you really did a great job today. And that's what I think. That's what I get for you, Lala. Thank you. All right. All right. Oh, let's see. You're very welcome. I am glad I could do the reading for you. All right, so beautiful Aries, my dear friend, beautiful Aries, your new question is, and thank you so much for your donation, and thanks for being generous. I do appreciate that. So your question is, you're trying to figure out how to word it. You want to know more about the change and the distance. Well, the change usually happens somewhere around when you're 50-ish or so. You'll know that. what you mean, though. I got it. I get it. So what is this change that could be coming this week? And, right, what could be the death and rebirth? And what could be that distance, or what's causing the death and rebirth and the distance, right? You want to know what's ending, what might be starting new, and why. Why are these things happening? Oh, not that change. Sorry, Chanel. Is that better? Is this what ASMR is? Just wondering. I'm just curious. Somebody told me I had a good voice for that. I always wanted to know. Does it work? Does that work? All right. So, what's changing? Why the distance? Well, see, that's interesting, because I got to say, you start off the reading with the Queen of Wands, and as always, the Queen of Wands is the person who wants to give you that pep talk, wants to make you feel good, wants to be that motivational speaker. Telling bedtime stories. Olga, thank you. I'm just not quite sure what kind of bedtime stories that would go along with that, but that's okay. But yeah, that's the motivational speaker woman there, that Queen of Wands. Doesn't have to be a woman, right? Could be anybody that tells you good things and kind of brings you up. They're very successful. They're friendly. They're warm. They are, they're the people who are going to help you. So I do think that there is help this week coming your way. I just think you're searching for something. Are you searching for confidence, or are you searching for strength? Right? Strength and confidence are basically going hand in hand. Are you looking for, are you looking for your boyfriend to move forward in a new way? Is something going on where you think he wants to get more serious, or you want to get more serious? Or is it completely the opposite way and you guys want to get less serious? Yes. So you want to get more serious. So that's what you're searching for. You're searching for the strength to move forward in a good way. And you're trying to figure out where he stands with all of this. Because he's very energetic usually, right? He's an energetic guy. He's usually very honest with you. I think he is very charismatic, and that's what draws you to him always, right? And he is a very giving person. He gives you all that he has. He really does. He gives all that he's got to you. But I got to say, something is going on. Something is going on that's not being told. Right? The devil is all about betrayal. It's all about lying or deceiving and deceit. And I think, I don't think that he is trying to be really deceptive. I don't think he's trying to just come out and lie to you. Hey, no, there's nobody else in my life and he's got some other girlfriend. Not craziness like that. No way. Don't even think I said that, because that didn't come out of my mouth. Trust me. But I do think that there is something going on in his life that really makes him feel like he just can't talk about it. He can't tell you about things. He feels like he can't talk about it. And well, of course, communication is the key, blah, blah, blah. But I got to think that that's what's going on. I really think that's what the change is. I think, these have been the changes with him, right? You're searching for what's going on with him. He's usually, and I'm saying usually, he's usually energetic. He's usually very honest with you. He is usually very charismatic and passionate with you. But he has not been recently. He tries to give you all he's got. He does all he can to give you all he's got. But something is lurking that he's not really willing to share at this point. And it will come out at some point, but it's not coming out this week. And that's where the distance is, right? Because then that distance keeps getting wider and wider and wider. The more you know that he is not telling you something. So I don't know. I got to tell you, I just don't know how severe that devil card really is. I don't know how severe the deception is going. How deep is that deception? Is it just something minor that he just doesn't want to talk about? Or is it something really big and he's scared that, well, that could be, it could be relationship ending. I'm not sure. I got to tell you, I'm not sure because again, it looks like you need a pep talk. It looks like you need someone to tell you how great you are and how wonderful you are. Well, of course you are, because you are an Aries and you have to be great because that's what we are. But you're searching for him. You're searching for the truth. That's really it. You're searching for the truth. And a guy who's normally honest, who feels like he's giving his all. He really feels like he's giving his all. He's normally honest, but right now he is not being honest. How deep does that go? Is there something going on with him personally? Do I dare have to say, is there something more going on that we don't even want to think about? I don't want to think that. I don't think that is the truth. I don't think that's what's going on. I don't think anything bad relationship ending wise is going on. I think we just are going to need a few days, and you keep asking questions, right? Keep asking questions every day. I think it's going to take a few days and we're going to figure out what it is. So, all right. I'm sorry, beautiful Aries. I don't know that I have any better news for you, and I hate to do that. I hate to be such a downer for you, because that's just not the good. That's just not the way I like to be. But that's what I'm kind of feeling. So, all right. So the free show ended 10 minutes ago. I was doing a donation for beautiful Aries, and I will continue to do donations if somebody is donating. But otherwise, that is the end of the show. And you're welcome, beautiful Aries. I hope things are just something, I hope it's just something simple, right? I really hope it's just something simple, and it's just, I hope you see him this coming weekend and everything works out. I think that would be the most important. I think that would be the best outcome of all. But we'll have to see what happens. That's all we can do. Oh, look at that. He just texted. See? Every time we talk about him, he texts you. Call him. Don't text him back. Call him back. Let him hear your wonderful voice and let him know. Tell him. All you got to do, you know what? You want to really win him over. You call him back and you say to him, I just wanted to call you back to tell you that I love you. And that will disarm anything. That will do the trick. All right. So good luck to you, beautiful Aries. And yeah. So thank you all for being here. I do appreciate it. Tomorrow night is Lenormand night. It's the Tarot Nights Lenormand edition. So get those very specific questions ready. And I got to say, we'll get some pretty specific answers. We usually do for Lenormand night. I love Lenormand. So, see, beautiful Aries, Chanel. That is very romantic, isn't it? I'm a very sentimental kind of romantic guy. And, well, I know what guys like, and I know what would work. And I certainly know what would diffuse the situation. And if he's that way, if he's like I am, he'd probably first have a few tears and not tell you that he had them. And then he's going to spill his guts. So, all right. So I hope to see you all tomorrow night, 6:00 p.m. Eastern Time, for the Lenormand edition of Tarot Nights. And everybody have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye now.